Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Hi, my name is Crystal. I'm with the Dog Psychology and Training Center, and we have to keep learning. No, enough. And I just think that's really important to share for dog owners and dog trainers. I feel like dog training is an art, just like medical science, and it's always evolving, and we're always learning more about the dog brain, the human brain, how better to relate to the humans that come in to help their dogs, and how better to relate to a canine mind that is different from a person's mind. And so we can't get set in our ways and think this is it and this is how it's always going to be, and there's never any room for improvement. So keep learning. And I just love the International Association of Canine Professionals. Every year they have an annual conference that's 5 days long. It's pretty intense, and it's not just for dog training, but dog professionals. And I also think it's important for dog trainers to not only learn from other dog trainers, but other dog professionals. And I will tell you why that's beneficial to your dog and you, and how it helps us with our dog training. But it's great to learn different modalities and methods and tools and techniques and training, but you have to look at the dog holistically. And a lot of times when we have spontaneous aggression in a dog, sometimes it's medical, not behavioral. When it's spontaneous, if your dog's been aggressive for 15 years, I would say it's behavioral. Even if it stemmed from a medical issue, it's now a behavioral problem that needs to be addressed. But I had a family way back, oh goodness, I can't remember how long ago, but they had bull terriers, and she was a groomer, and she was a good friend of ours, and her bull terrier that she always took to events with us was Ruxin, and he was a fantastic, balanced temperament. He did great with people, other dogs, and all of a sudden, he got into a dog spat with some of her other bull terriers, and it was like, why would Ruxin, the dog that's socialized with people, other dogs, does great with everyone, super benign, wouldn't hurt a fly, why did he just attack one of her dogs? And it turns out that Ruxin had a misalignment. He was out of place in his spine, or something was off, and so he was in pain. And that's why. And when we think about ourselves, I like to think I'm a pretty nice person. I have my moments, right? We all do. But I like to think I'm a pretty nice person until I'm not 100%, right? When I am hurt, if I sprain my ankle and I have 15 people trying to crowd me and talk to me, I'm gonna snap, right? I'm like, get back, give me space, right? And dogs are the same way. So when it comes to spontaneous aggression over my 10 plus years of working with dogs, I ask a lot of questions medically, like when's the last time your dog's seen a vet? What kind of blood panels have you done? Has he seen a doggy chiropractor? Has he seen a doggy acupuncturist? And so we kind of go through this list to try to figure out, is what's going on behaviorally up here in the head, or is it something physically, internally in the body that's off, that needs to be readjusted before we can adjust the dog's temperament? And I want to say too that just because it may be something medically that has caused a problem or an outburst with your dog, that doesn't mean that you don't need to see a trainer. Dogs can develop habits just like people, and depending on how long this spontaneous aggression just started, how long has it been going on? Because now it could be developing into a habit, in which case you might need a professional dog trainer to help you get your dog to snap out of it. So why we have to keep learning. So we already talked about like medically how that affects your dog. Grooming. We hear from some of the best dog groomers in the industries, and I think that's really important too. How a dog is groomed, believe it or not, can affect their personality and demeanor. If you have a fluffy dog that's not groomed regularly or not groomed appropriately, that can affect your dog's temperament, its behavior. And we also, as dog trainers, need to be aware of how that influences a dog's behavior and how they're feeling. So, some dogs, if they have long coats and you shave them, something in like Alaskan Malamutes, really fluffy dogs, you shave them, that's actually not good for them in the summer. It actually makes them get hotter. So as a dog trainer, I personally wouldn't want to work a shaved Malamute until its hair grows back, especially outside. because I don't want that dog to be overheating while I'm trying to train with him. Or if we have like a golden doodle, so a big fluffy teddy bear looking dog, right? And if he's not groomed appropriately, like maybe he has some knots under his armpits, he's not going to have full range of motion, because as he tries to step forward, it's going to be pulling him, pinching him, and those little hair pulls. That's not fun either. So again, we want to see the dog holistically before we approach them through training. And so that's where we're going. We're going to be there for 2 weeks to just learn from the best of the best, and come back fully recharged and have new perspectives, new ideas, new techniques, possibly some new tools to try out for dog training. Just like surgeons, right? They're always growing, they're always expanding their knowledge base, because if they were using the same tools and instruments they were using 100 years ago to do surgeries, pass, right? Like I'll go to someone who's more hip with today's modern technology and has some better engineers designing the tools and instruments you're going to be using to open up my body. And so dog training is very much the same way. You want to make sure the trainers that you choose for your family and your dog not only are experienced in their method, but have the latest. And so you get that from learning from others, right? Like, I don't care how long you've been training dogs. If you're not opening your ears to other techniques and ideas, you're not growing, you're not learning, you're not expanding that knowledge base. So when you're looking for a dog trainer for your family, I think you should always ask them, how do you continue to grow in your field? And see what they say. Hopefully they say they go to the IACP, International Association of Canine Professionals Conference, or they go to another conference or workshops. It doesn't have to be a conference. It could just be a specific workshop by other trainers. And we do that as well, where it's one-on-one with one specific trainer. But I just feel like expanding that knowledge base, not with other trainers, but with other dog professionals, it just gives us a better perspective on how to better address your dog's behavior holistically with their whole body, inside and out. So we're not veterinarians, we're not groomers, we're not going to do any of that, but we do have the knowledge base to look at your dog and help you assess what's going to be the best outcome training wise. Like, do we wait until his hair grows back? Do we make sure he gets a groom before he comes in, or he gets a haircut before he comes in? Does your dog need to see a doggy chiropractor before he begins training to make sure that nothing's out of alignment? Because we don't want to work a dog that's in pain or not feeling good. We want him to get better first, and then we address the bad habits. So that's my little blurb today, is why we have to keep learning. It is a dog trainer's responsibility to always be expanding their knowledge base and growing, again, not just in their specific dog training industry, but in the dog professionals industry. If you have any questions about what we learn or how it impacts our families or our dogs that come to us for training, or if you have a specific question while we go to conference, please put that in the comments below, and we will be sure to address those in the next coming weeks. We will be out of our office, so we won't be working normal business hours because we will be out of town, but we will be checking social media. So if you do have a question, please post it below. We'd love to get back to you, and we will see you next week in Colorado, where our conference is going to be. All right, that's all I have to say for today. See you guys.